Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another terrifying journey into the unknown. Tonight, we delve deep into the chilling experience of a girl who came face to face with something unexplainable, a ghost from her own bloodline. Before we begin, if you have your own eerie stories to share, check the description below and send them over. Now, sit back, turn off the lights, and let's dive into the darkness together. This story takes us to a quiet village in rural America, where Lucy lived with her family. Lucy, only 18 years old at the time, never believed in ghosts, until she saw one with her own eyes. Lucy's grandmother had come to live with them after the tragic death of her uncle. Her grandmother, once lively and strong, began to change. The death hit her hard. Depression consumed her, and at 90, her health started slipping away. It was as if death had already taken a part of her, a part that never came back. One dark night, a strange accident occurred. While going to the bathroom, her grandmother slipped and fell, her cries echoing through the silent house. They rushed her to the doctor, but the news was grim. A fractured hip at her age was a slow, painful sentence. She was confined to her bed, and from that day, things were never the same. Months passed, and the family watched helplessly as the old woman withered away. Her body frail, her voice weak, but one thing remained: her spirit. "I won't die," she used to say. "I will recover soon." But time is cruel. One evening, Lucy's father was out, and she was at her tutor's house when it happened. Her grandmother's condition took a drastic turn. The neighbor ran to tell her. "Hurry," they said, "your grandmother is dying." She rushed home, but by the time she arrived, it was too late. Her grandmother had already taken her last breath. The doctor came and confirmed what they feared. The relatives were informed, and rituals began. But that night, something strange happened. Lucy and her aunt decided to sleep in her grandmother's old room. Exhausted, they fell asleep quickly. But in the middle of the night, a sharp, cold sound shattered the silence. The window slammed open with an unnatural force, as if someone or something had pushed it. Lucy jumped up, her heart pounding in her chest. She locked the window again. But the feeling of being watched lingered. Something wasn't right. As she lay back down, chills ran down her spine. She could feel something in the room. The air was thick, and the night seemed darker than usual. That night was only the beginning. The next few days brought strange occurrences. A white cat appeared outside their house, meowing pitifully. It was as if the animal was trying to warn them of something. Lucy couldn't shake the feeling that her grandmother's spirit was still there, watching. The family tried to move on, performing the last rites, scattering her ashes in the sacred river. But peace didn't come. One evening, her brother suddenly fell ill, burning with fever that wouldn't break. No medicine seemed to help. The doctors were baffled. And then, just as mysteriously as it began, the fever vanished. But something else took its place. Late one night, as they sat for dinner, a loud crash came from the living room. They rushed to see. And there, the family's beloved fish tank had burst, its contents spilled across the floor. The fish dead. Her grandmother used to feed those fish every day. And now they were gone. But the terror didn't end there. That night, as Lucy's brother played games in his room, he heard a faint tapping on the walls, growing louder, more insistent. Then, the voice. A chilling scream echoed in the darkness. He froze. Outside his door, from the corner of his eye, he saw a white figure standing, watching. He didn't stay in his room for the next month. And honestly, who could blame him? Terrified, the family decided to bring in a priest. They held a ceremony in the garden, hoping to cleanse the house of the lingering spirit. But even that night, things went wrong. The altar they built collapsed. Fires wouldn't light. Lucy herself was burned during the ritual. Was this all a coincidence? Or was it something more? Even now, strange things continue to happen in that house. The family prays for peace, but they all know something is still there, watching, waiting, trapped between two worlds. Is it her grandmother? Or is it something far darker? Stay safe, because sometimes the dead don't stay dead. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have your own story to share, don't forget to send it to me. Until next time, sleep with one eye open.